Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So, today, it's been kind of like a little bit, maybe like a month or so since I've done an Ibispaint video, so I think today we're gonna work in Ibispaint. I don't really have like a specific plan besides one, I want to use Ibispaint today, two is that I want to draw Yelan, so there's no real plan going into this. I'm going to try my best to make more of a full illustration, or like at least a more finished portrait if we can do so. Similar to how I did Yaimiko, but like I said, I'm not too sure we're gonna do that today with the amount of time I have. But let's see how much we can get done today. And I just really like her design, so I kind of want to draw her. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to a 5x7 canvas with 350 DPI. I'm gonna hit OK. This is gonna look a little blown out. No way to get okay lighting. Okay, apologies for the lighting. So for now, I am actually just gonna quickly go into the brushes. I'm gonna find the colored pencil, which is usually the brush I like to use. I'm just gonna hit add. We're gonna use it for free, watch the ad, and then I'm gonna turn off the internet or the Wi-Fi on my iPad so we can get rid of the ads. Also, apologies if you can hear me chewing. My mom bought like Korean melons, so I have a few right here to just kind of munch on while we work today. So let me actually just drop in a quick color after we select our colored pencil. So I'm gonna pick a kind of more neutral color. I don't really like working on the stark white background, but also it kind of helps because my camera hates the contrast, so put something down. A dark purple today. But you can see this is the brush. I've mentioned this before, but the brush does have a texture. But the more you go over it, the more you can get kind of like one flat area. But it does kind of have like almost this canvasy texture. But I really do like her design. I'm not sure if I can do her justice. I need to turn off a few settings. Also, some people had questions about my pressure curve. This is what it's at. So you can take a look if you would like to do something similar. So quick eyedropper off. And I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So, I'm trying to think what pose would really suit her. Really using Ibispaint every time I take a break from using it. But, let's see if I can kind of flesh something out. See if I like it. I'm gonna also zoom in on my reference. So I just have the official art of Yelan. I don't know how well you guys can see. Right here. Start off with the eyes. I think we're gonna do probably a simpler pose. But I would like to see if I can get her hands into the illustration too, just because I do like how she has kind of like two-tone gloves. If that's one way you can describe it. I usually don't draw characters facing this way, so we're probably gonna have to flip quite often. Because I tend to make the face look quite wonky when drawing this side. Because I find the natural curve in my hand goes this way, not this way. Let's shift her eyes. So I do want her to look this way, kind of like the opposite way that she's technically facing. Because she's the kind of the taller female model, I do not want to give her too like young of a face, I guess, if that makes sense. Could do that. The thing is like, let's see how this works. I want to get her other hand in here. Maybe I should have went for a horizontal composition. We'll see how this goes. So she kind of has a black glove for this hand. Like I said, I kind of want the other hand to be in here too. So either have to keep shrinking her, shoving her in the corner kind of, because I don't want to make her too small. Something like that. Hand's a bit large. gonna shrink down this hand too. I tend to draw more males. So sometimes I feel like not enough correct sized hands. This eye is a little too high. So sometimes the nose is a little bit too close. Or not the nose, the ear is a little too close. Nah. But she's... I'm still torn whether or not who I'm summoning for. I think I'm gonna summon for... Oops, Ayaka. But yeah, she has... I gave her a little bit too round of a face, I think. So she looks a lot younger, but didn't help that I kind of squashed her head. Ah, her hair. I kind of like her hair and I kind of don't. Like, I think design-wise I like it, but in real life, like, how would this work out? Should have plopped on her neck somewhere so we could figure out how I want to do the body. So maybe more of a down angle. Kind of like fingerless gloves for these ones. Just need to figure out the hand situation a little bit more. Yeah, we'll figure that hand after. Let me do her body first. She does have more of a larger chest. Okay, she has like a really deep kind of V-line. Really plunging neckline here. Her earrings. I love her earrings. I love like just really larger dangling earrings. I think it looks great on both male and female characters. But I also really like her color scheme. I'm gonna see... Yeah, I didn't really plan out this with her outfit in mind either, which might be a problem? Question mark? She does have a braid, so let's put like a small indication of it, because it does like looks like it loops behind her for the most part, and then I was gonna continue like I was gonna continue filming the ASMR video, but I don't think I can because I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't think my mic can pick it up unless I put it on max, but it's super Halloween-y today. So right now I do have it cutting across. I kind of wish Ibispaint had those little notches for the transform tool, because I like the flexibility that you get from being able to move it with your fingers like this, but there's just something really off about not having like those little transform points when rotating. Okay, so for her outfit, can't really see her neck, I guess. I feel like it would have been right here. So, fix the jawline, and then she does have some kind of collar. She does have a mole here, like I think a bazillion people have pointed out. I was like drawing a chibi of her earlier. I was just thinking like, why do I feel like I've drawn her before? But no, that's the only reason why. Get her coat fluffy things into here too. Or like a bangle, I guess. Maybe that's a better way to describe it. So I can't really see the full design of her outfit, especially with the hand that's kind of receding behind her in the official art. A little bit of shading just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Then her glove kind of has like a cuff. So this... Where is her shoulder? So she's more of a bare shoulder up until like here. I'm gonna have to really clean this up just to make coloring as easy as possible. I might even clean it up a little bit right now, just so I know what reads as what. I know it's more like straight hair here. So I feel like these should be lower on her body, like in general. So maybe that's why it reads a little weird. I think I had the same issue when I first drew Lisa. And I think it doesn't help because I would usually have to plan out the whole body to place this a lot better. Because a lot of these read very awkwardly. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have shrunk her maybe. Sketched as much as I could, then enlarged it to where I needed it to be. Yeah, I feel like this required more planning than I anticipated, because not only that, I think the pose just came out a little bit weird. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I definitely feel like I talk a lot less when I'm trying to make this look somewhat correct. Yeah, on her arms, there's actually not that much going on here. So probably won't put the end of the elbow in view. I think maybe this might be okay. I was gonna see if I had anything glaringly wrong. She kind of has like purple eyeshadow-ish color around her eyes, which looks really cool. I think because it also matches her lip color. I could do kind of darker lighting scheme like I did for Kuki Shinobu. Could have more like a spotlight, casino-esque club lighting maybe. Okay, yeah. I remember what I was gonna do. So I want to duplicate this layer first. I'm gonna save this as a backup. We are going to set this to multiply. Make a new layer, shove this under. And yeah, do we want to do like night scene maybe? Because she does have a lot of white in her outfit, but she also has a lot of black. Same with her hair. So I don't want to go too... Yeah. Current layer. Okay, let's see how can I do this. So really only the background's up here anyways. So there's not too much to need to figure out, I guess. I'm gonna blur it. So we're gonna use Gaussian blur to help blur out kind of the colors. Yeah, let's do it like that. Maybe we can add some lighting and stuff afterwards. So I am going to start to color in Yelan with kind of see how we can do this, because I do want it to be more night or cooler colors for her. Let's keep making a little bit warmer, cooler, and a little darker as we move along. Because I'm gonna make the lighting come from the upper right. I like having quick eyedropper on and I don't. So going back and forth is like a pain. Okay, see if we can play more with more purple. Kind of highlight that cheek. Just a little bit. So her lipstick color is more of almost a purpley color. So hopefully we can get this to read. A little bit of a yellowy white, because I don't want to go stark white for all of this. Pick something a little bit darker. Yeah, I mentioned this in previous videos. I don't really like to blend via like a smudge tool, blending tool. I kind of rely on opacity and kind of like transitioning the colors. Pop in the shadows for the rest of her. So I'm trying to make sure that this reads more of like night or like a darker scene. So that's why I'm not picking such a pale base, but also hopefully it reads as their skin tone. Making the skin tone bleed into her hair. I am gonna have to add a bit of purple into her hair too, because she has like highlights. I'm gonna use this as the same kind of black color here. We're gonna have to make it a little bit warmer, because it's kind of more like that see-through material, like nylon, I think. More purpley, duller purple for the inside portion. It's not really the inside, it's like right behind her ear. I'll make these ones, I guess. Eye color, we have more of a kind of like emerald green. So I want to make it a little bit more bluey. A little bit of yellow. Yeah, I really need to make this a lot darker. Base colors take so long, so let's get the white in. So, kind of like where her fingerless gloves are. Shading for this fur part. Also for the hand. Still have her tassel on the other side to do too. I know her gloves are also black, so we can fill this in. Okay, to make a highlight. Kind of make it pop a little bit more. This way. What else is there? Alright, let's see. Some shadows for her hair. I'm gonna play with shadows and the like addition and multiply tool, so we can kind of figure how I want to do this. I like these heart designs, so like this. What is that noise? Design. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are going to lock this layer. That is not... Yeah, alpha lock this, and we're gonna slowly change the sketch colors to match. To be a bit more softer for some areas. So... pick and choose what colors you want to use for this. Sometimes I like making them a lot softer. I'm gonna make the outside a lot darker just because when I merge it, it tends to revert back because there's no color underneath. And I kind of want this to be a little darker. A little bit less of that skin tone peeping through. I'm gonna make another new layer. I'm gonna set this one to multiply first. Pick a nice darker color. Kind of go over some of the areas so we can create a deeper shadow here. But also if we wanted to, we could make some stuff look a little bit more intense if we wanted to. I don't think I really want to do too much. A little bit like this. Tassel. So you can kind of do this to put any more intense shadows. So I try my best to put all the the clothing, hair shadow done prior to this. Kind of pick and choose. And then after that I like to usually alpha lock it, and we can kind of change the color temperature of some of the shadows, because I don't need them to read all the same. Like I don't need it to be all kind of like that purple color. We can change it a little bit to more blue. We can change it to be warmer. We can make it more of a blue light. Now ideally this brush would have less of a texture. We can also use Gaussian blur to help with this too. But we'll see, because I might change the colors as we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is go to filters. We're gonna go Gaussian blur. Already maxed it out. I'm just wondering if I keep going to Gaussian blur. Oh, it kind of continues. Okay, perfect. So we have more of a softer look. But I'm gonna take one off. And we're gonna merge them in order. So whatever's closest to whatever you're clipping to should be merged first. So merge down, and then we can do addition. Okay. So now that we kind of have a lighting situation going on, some intense shadows but you guys can't really see because my camera won't really pick it up. But we can kind of start rendering now. Okay, wait. Information. After turning palm rejection on, brush/erasure tools will respond only to stylus and you cannot draw with your finger. I think that's what I want. Yes. Okay. This is great. I actually didn't know that. So thank you very much to whoever mentioned that in a previous video. Really do appreciate it. So what I'm going to do now is to clean this up basically. We're going to try to clean things up, render things, and kind of make it look a little bit more finished, because you can see there's some like rough lines here, some sketchy lines here and there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to bring in her face a little bit and drop her jaw, so hopefully that will work. Okay, so what I noticed is that I kind of wish there's a way to differentiate the way to color pick, because I almost never color pick using my pen. So maybe I do have to leave palm rejection on. As annoying it is, but I'm too accustomed to picking colors via my finger. Or let's see if I can curb the habit now, actually. So let me turn it back on. I'm gonna try to curb the habit to the best of my ability. Because as long as like undo and redo still work, I think I should be okay, even though I just did it there. Clean up her mouth. When I was drawing Cookie Shinobu, I probably put this in the captions, but I think I felt a little lost when rendering her because I usually start with the mouth and the face, kind of like the nose area as like a little testing portion before I commit to actually rendering some other parts, just kind of like ease myself in. And it might be also just like out of habit, but because Cookie Shinobu has like the mask in front of her face, I think I was like thinking, oh, where do I start? Do I start with the eyes? Do I start with like the hair? The hand? I didn't know what to start with. So we'll see what kind of level of finish I can give this. Because a part of me already feels burnt out on this piece. Because I was fussing so much with, I think, her body and part of her face. So my goal is to just make sure it looks somewhat finished for the most part. Because I think even Naimiko, there are some parts that I kind of just gave up on. I think it's like that little thing on her chest, like the gold plate looking thing. Probably part of her hair I might have gave up partially on. Kind of try to mimic the style a little bit. She does have more of a lighter pupil in the center. I know like they do that sometimes for some of the Genshin characters, so I think it's kind of interesting. Try to clean up some of the hair. The hair looks a little... I don't know how to explain it. There's something I really don't like about it, so I'm gonna try my best to remedy that while we render some of the stuff. So, like I said, you can still see that there's the prevalent amount of texture coming from the pencil, but from like far away it actually doesn't really read. Maybe next time I'll do another piece where I actually work with line work. Yeah, so her hair is more about like this periwinkle purple color, but that lighting I have is making it really pink. Yeah, because I kind of lose that hair swoopy thing. You guys even see it? Barely. I think in my stream we were talking about... Well, I guess chat was talking about it. The idea of lack of eyebrows, and it seemed like no one really cared. I always find eyebrows very important. I know they were joking, but it just sounded funny. It just looks empty up there if you don't have something there. That reminds me though, I think in high school, I guess boys being boys kind of thing, where I guess they were having like, some kind of like party, and they decided to shave this one guy's eyebrows off when he fell asleep. He must have been like hammered or something, but they decided to just shave one of his eyebrows. It's not even both. So he shaved one, or they shaved one, and I think he woke up and they had school like the next day or something, and he Sharpied in the other eyebrow, which I think made it look worse. And then I think he tried to match it, because apparently it looked so bad that he thought maybe it was better to match them, so he shaved off the other one and also Sharpied it. I don't know which one's worse. I put a little bit of an indication of her other brow, but now they don't match. Bangs, and then I guess we can make her bangs cut in front. This purple section. I think choppy bangs are harder for me to render than non-choppy bangs, just because like I don't know how to section it without making too many like individual strands. So usually when I'm doing kind of like the cleaning up process, it's just me trying to make things look a little bit clearer and kind of getting rid of all those little stray little lines. But I know a lot of artists who keep those little lines because it kind of keeps the energy of it, which I think is good. So the time of watching this, I'm actually not finished the illustration of Cookie Shinobu because I couldn't finish drawing her in one session because I was sleepy and I needed to get up in in a few hours. I'll sculpt out her face a little bit. This is supposed to be part of her shirt. Or not her shirt, I don't really call it. I guess it's her shirt? Yeah, I can try to buff out. Her hair looks a little weird. So I feel like I need a little bit of an outline because... Ooh. So I think I need to know where I'm parting part of her hair. Right, so we can separate this kind of like swooping computer, or is something wrong? And obviously her braids, so I'm gonna erase. Usually I do erase these outside edges. Sometimes it's easier to clean up. You can see these. Bring a little bit of this into her lip color. I think her lip color is supposed to be a little bit more purple. Maybe. I always feel a little bit off about putting such cool colors. Eyelashes. I think for the most part, a good chunk of the hair is already finished. So we can kind of focus mostly on... These don't look like braids. I didn't really make them part correctly. Try to fix these little pearls. There is a little bit of black like peeking through here. So you can see that these are definitely separate. Kind of fix this area. So I kind of want it to be somewhat correct looking, but I can already tell it's not. It's okay, I tried. Okay, let's get this finished. So we can literally focus just on the lower part of the illustration, which is mostly just her clothing. So let's get most of this kind of like fluffy bits and the hand out of the way for the most part. Yeah, I feel like fingernails are important. I don't think she has like nail polish. Not what I can see. Okay. Kind of alternating between these two colors, which I kind of have like a little gray color and kind of more of a warmer gray, I guess. And I'm kind of swapping between them because I like having a little variation if I'm coloring white, if I can. I've been listening to Shiny's Stand By Me for some reason. I've been in this mood for like a little while. I think I was listening to Suhyun and Onyu's version. Or no, that's of a different song. I think that's like one of Onyu's, I think SM Town or something like that. Something collaboration. But I think it was like a different one that had like Suhyun, Onyu, Lee Dongwook. I don't know his name. The actor guy. Who else is there? The vocalist from like 10 centimeter and like Lee... I don't remember his name. I'm not really liking this one as much anymore. Let's see if I can expand her chin. Or elongate her face a little bit. This is... See, I don't really remember where I left off. I'm probably like still working on these gloves. If not, I was working on this little metal part. Seeing if I can raise her pinky. Maybe make it in front of her face? And then shorten it a little bit. Really? That register as a color pickup? So I don't have her... Did I talk about this earlier? I actually don't remember. There's like... I want to make fan art of Kaida Haru. I think I talked about it. Gonna try to fix up this pattern. I just sneezed a bunch. My throat feels terrible now. Yeah, this one's definitely not one of my favorites, but even looking back at my Yaimiko one, I really don't like it. So definitely two that I probably will have to redo eventually. But that being said, it's not because of the program. It's just my approach. Because there's even ones from like my Procreate batch that I want to redo. I guess this doesn't matter. I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm going to go to overlay. If I remember how to use this program. So you go to overlay. And I'm gonna pick some of these colors. We can change the color temperature a little bit. So I do like the color, changing a bit of the color temperature in some of these areas. A little bit more intense just around the edges. We can kind of fade it out a little bit. Effects, Gaussian blur. I think this helps if you, especially if you're using kind of more of a textured. Oh, this looks really cool though, if you guys can see it. So going from the original, you can see there's that texture, but if I blur it just enough, I can still get a little bit of those brush strokes in, and I can actually kind of like this halo effect a little bit more. So I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's not the cleanest, but I think it gets the gist of what I wanted it to look like for the most part. Like I said, I might redo it so that I could actually fix the anatomy on here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to show you guys a quick time lapse, probably at the very end, but thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!